Just one gentle tap, and the pomegranate seeds fall out on their own. Hi friends, it's Tracy. I used to hate peeling pomegranates. The skin was so tough. The juice splattered everywhere, and my fingers would turn red. But not anymore. I've discovered a simple way to make the seeds fall out easily, without the mess or broken nails. Today, I'm going to show you 2 simple ways to deseed a pomegranate using just 1 spoon, especially the nutritious pomegranate tea at the end of the video. Tip 1. Cut off the top and bottom, then tap with a spoon. First, choose a fresh pomegranate and use a sharp knife to gently cut a thin layer off the top and bottom of the fruit. You don't need to cut too deep, just enough to reveal a few of those ruby red seeds inside. This small step helps you clearly see the natural sections of the fruit, making the next step much easier. Now, instead of cutting all the way through, use the knife to score a shallow line around the middle of the fruit. You don't need to cut it apart completely, just make a light incision to divide it into 2 halves. Then, use your hands to gently pull it apart along the cut you just made. You'll separate it into 2 neat halves without crushing any seeds. Hold one half in your palm with the curved side facing up, just like holding a small bowl. Keep your fingers slightly open that way. The seeds have space to fall out. Here's where the magic happens. Take a spoon, any sturdy kitchen spoon will do, and start gently tapping the back of the pomegranate. Don't hit too hard. Just keep a steady rhythm around the shell. Within seconds, you'll see the seeds start falling straight into the bowl. The sound is so satisfying to hear. If a few seeds are still stuck inside, just push them out gently with your fingers. No juice splashing everywhere, no red-stained nails, and no messy countertop. In just 1 minute, you'll have a big bowl of glossy, jewel-like pomegranate seeds ready to eat. Mix into yogurt, or make a refreshing juice. Simple, isn't it? Now let's finish off the other half. Tap, tap, tap. Each little seed falls effortlessly without any extra work. Compared to the old way I used to do it, I can now peel an entire pomegranate in under 2 minutes. Looking at the result, don't you think it's totally worth it? Tip 2. Cut along the white membranes, inside. Besides the first method, there's another easy way to peel a pomegranate neatly without splashing juice or breaking the seeds, by simply changing the cutting line. Start by cutting off the top of the pomegranate just enough to reveal the shiny seeds underneath. Once you can see the inside, take a closer look at the thin white membranes that divide the fruit into sections. These membranes are the natural borders of the pomegranate. Using a sharp knife, gently score along each line from top to bottom, but don't cut all the way through. Leave about 1/3 of the base uncut, so the sections stay connected. Now, place both thumbs near the top and gently pull the pomegranate open. You'll see it naturally bloom like a flower. The sections separate beautifully, and the seeds remain perfectly intact. Once it's open, turn the peel upside down and start tapping gently on the back of the shell with a spoon. Just like in the first method, you'll see the seeds drop easily into your hand or bowl, one by one, without any splashing or mess. The table stays clean, your hands stay dry, and your clothes are free from red stains. With this simple trick, you can peel an entire pomegranate in just a few minutes and end up with a full bowl of glossy, jewel-like seeds, fresh, beautiful, and ready to enjoy. Whether you use them for snacking, sprinkling on salads, or making fresh juice, this method keeps every seed whole and perfect. And just like that, with these 2 simple tricks, you can peel a whole pomegranate in minutes, no mess, no stained fingers, and every seed perfectly intact. Now that you've got a bowl full of these ruby red gems, let me show you a few easy ways to keep them fresh and juicy for days. First, if you plan to eat them within a few days, simply store them in an airtight container and keep them in the refrigerator. It's very simple. Just prepare a glass or plastic container with a tight-fitting lid. Then line the bottom with a layer of dry paper to absorb moisture. Next, pour the pomegranate seeds in. Seal the lid tightly and place the container in the fridge. This way, you can keep them fresh and delicious for 3 to 4 days, and the seeds will retain their color, freshness, and crispness, just like when they were first opened. Next, if you want to store them for a longer time, freezing is a great method. It's very simple. Just prepare a few zip bags, then add the pomegranate seeds. Spreading them out evenly. It's best not to put too many in one bag, as the pressure can crush the seeds and make them lose their texture. Once spread out, remove all the air from the bag and seal it tightly. Finally, place it in the freezer for storage. Using this method, the seeds will stay fresh for up to 3 months, and they'll be perfect for smoothies or desserts. And if you've bought many pomegranates but haven't eaten them yet, or want to store the whole fruit, don't worry. Just prepare a few sheets of dry paper and carefully wrap each pomegranate individually, layer by layer, until fully covered. Then, place them in a plastic container with a tight-fitting lid and store them in the refrigerator. Doing this allows the dry paper to fully absorb moisture and keep the pomegranates fresh, maintaining their full flavor for 1 to 2 weeks straight. Finally, don't look away just yet, because I'm going to share with you a recipe for a refreshing and healthy pomegranate tea, a drink that Tracy's family never skips whenever pomegranates are in season. First, prepare a small teapot and add about 100–200 grams of fresh pomegranate seeds. Next, take 2 dried red dates jujubes, remove the pits, and slice them into small pieces. They add a natural sweetness and are great for boosting energy. Then slice half of a fresh apple and add it to the pot to create a light fruity aroma. Add a small amount of rock sugar, just enough to balance the tartness of the pomegranate. Finally, pour in enough water to cover all the ingredients. Place the pot on the stove, bring it to a gentle boil, and let it simmer for about 10–15 minutes. You'll see the tea turning into a beautiful pinkish red color as all the flavors blend together. Pour the tea into a cup and enjoy it warm, or chill it to make a refreshing drink for hot days. This pomegranate tea is not only fragrant and delicious, but also rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, helps improve skin health, and supports heart function. It's the perfect drink to boost your immune system and keep your body hydrated. You really should give it a try because it's so simple, soothing, and full of natural nutrients. And that's it. 2 simple tricks to peel a pomegranate without the mess. Plus an easy tea recipe that turns those ruby red seeds into something warm and nourishing. I hope today's tips help you enjoy this beautiful fruit a little more, and maybe even inspire you to make it part of your daily routine. If you found these ideas helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more simple, practical kitchen tips that make everyday life easier and healthier. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with another little trick you're going to love.